One of the common traits that we share as a people is that we like to have fun. We really enjoy spending time out of our day-to-day lives and engaging in activities that bring us personal enjoyment or fulfillment. And one of the ways that we most commonly do this is through the activities involved in a personal hobby. Now, we all have hobbies. There are many different types of hobbies in the world, and they range and vary based on an individual's personal interests. But they're all things that we enjoy doing. And one of the things that I have developed personally as a hobby is called object manipulation. Now, by definition, object manipulation is a form of dexterity play or performance in which an artist physically interacts with an object or multiple objects, as the case may be. And my interest in this first started out as a kid because one of my favorite things at that point in time in my life was the Ninja Turtles. I loved the Ninja Turtles and I really wanted to be one. And I would run around the yard at all hours of the day with sticks or rocks or anything that I could find that I could use to pretend were cool ninja weapons. And that interest carried over with me to my university years, where I was introduced to the Object Manipulation Club at the University of Lethbridge, which was formerly known as the Fire Spinning Club. Now, object manipulation is, the definition that I describe to that is very broad. It's very broad. It covers a very wide range of subjects. And the reason for that is because it encompasses a lot. There is no single activity or point in time that could be pinpointed and said, hey, this is what started it all. But that being said, it sounds kind of weird, but it's something that everybody's familiar with. One of the most common examples of object manipulation is hula hooping. I can't hula hoop to save my life, but I know some people who can. And that's something that everybody in their childhood has experienced at some point in time. Another example of object manipulation that is very, very, very common is juggling. Now, this is a prime example because it's very common throughout the world. It's very old, and it involves three objects, one person being manipulated. Prime example. Whoopsies. Again, I said I'm not very good at juggling either. I can do it, but it's not my big skill. Now, the form of object manipulation that I really got into, the first one that caught my interest, was called poi. Now, poi, it's kind of a weird word, but it involves two balls on the ends of chains that you attach to your fingers, and you spin around in various ways and patterns to music. That was embarrassing. And you move around with your body in different ways and patterns, most often commonly to music. This is a form of object manipulation that's originated with the Maori people as a form of dexterity training. And it is one of the things that I really enjoy doing. It's a lot of fun. It looks kind of complicated, but it's not as bad as it looks. Another super common example, and goes back to my childhood, is staff spinning. Basically, twirling around a big stick. Now, I don't know anybody who hasn't tried this at some point in time with a broom or a random piece of wood that they found lying around their yard. It is very common throughout the world, and there's many different ways of doing it as well. And you can use, some people will take a staff and will spin two at a time, one in each hand. And others will use really stabs that are weighted differently, and they can wrap around their heads like this, and not use their hands at all. Again, just a form of object manipulation. But technically, you can use anything at all. If you go on YouTube, you can find some amazing people who are super, super good at spinning a pen around their fingers. I can't do that, but again, it's an object, and you're manipulating it in your environment. Object manipulation at its very precise form, I guess you could say. But you can use anything that you want. There are so many different ways that you can do this. It's only limited to your imagination. And it is so fun. Oh my goodness, it is so fun. There are so many different benefits for involving yourself in this. Being able to manipulate an object, it increases hand-eye coordination, balance, rhythm of movement. It increases your confidence. But most of all, it is fun. It is very empowering. And you can meet so many crazy new people who have shared similar interest in it. I know some people who have, seen people do crazy performances that they thought they could never match in their entire lives, but then they tried it and they practiced it, and pretty soon they were doing the things that, they were so jealous of and envious in other people. But that's very similar to like any form of hobby. It doesn't matter if you are the worst, the best, or anywhere in between, as long as you enjoy doing it. Find a hobby that you love, practice it diligently, enjoy it, and keep your eyes out for new ones. You never know when you're going to find, you never know what you could be good at. So try something new, and don't be afraid, don't be embarrassed. If you enjoy doing it, hey, that's all that really matters.